Happening now, more federal workers are being fired as President Donald Trump and his advisor, Elon Musk, say they're working to make the government more efficient. And those job cuts are impacting Central Virginians. 8 News reporter Allison Williams sat down with the now former park ranger who has been fired.
Some of our viewers might recognize Avery Lentz. For Black History Month, I highlighted Lentz's work as a park ranger at the Richmond National Battlefield Park and Maggie L. Walker National Historic Site. But as of today, Lentz is no longer a park ranger after being fired over email on February 14th.
My career was dying. I wanted to be a National Park Ranger. National Park Service was the goal. And, you know, what I keep asking myself is, how do you figure out what you want to do with the rest of your life when you've already done that?
13 days ago, former park ranger Avery Lentz received an email from the U.S. Department of Interior firing him. The termination letter says he, quote, failed to demonstrate qualifications for continued employment and that his abilities do not meet the department's current needs. But in his performance review, his scores say his performance exceeds expectations and he's, quote, fully successful.
It was not my performance that lost me my job. It is just powers that be and things that are out of my control, and I think that makes it even harder.
Lentz is one of 3 that were fired in his group of coworkers. All 3 started their jobs in April of 2024.
I'd like to say there's solidarity in not being alone in this, but it's still tragic. It's still heartbreaking for them.
Since they'd been at the parks for under a year, they were in what's called a probationary position, making it easier to fire them. Lentz told me that in January, the U.S. Office of Personnel Management, or OPM, was asking for a list of probationary employees, but didn't say why.
That was kind of the start of the trepidation and the worry about what this list was for.
A few weeks later, he got the email saying he was fired. Since then, he's received support from friends, family, and former coworkers.
The one thing I will say that came out of this that was somewhat positive was the amount of support that the affected had gotten.
Lentz says he's applying for jobs, but says he and another coworker were both denied unemployment without reason. He says over the next few weeks, things could get more stressful financially. In the Digital Center, Allison Williams, 8 News.